Hi everybody, this is Caroline Sotheby and welcome to Up, Down, and Around Town. Well, the subject we're going to talk about today is sort of unknown to many people. It was to me until I heard somebody call me up about a month ago and say, hey, do you know? And I says, no, I didn't. But to give you a brief idea what the topic is going to be for today, we'll go to this PSA and you'll know more.
Human trafficking is the use of humans for sex, labor, and other jobs. It's a local, national, and global issue that needs to be stopped. Over 27 million people worldwide are trafficked each year, making it a $32 billion industry and the third largest crime in the world. Stand against human trafficking with Hands Off Humans. Come out to the event, Everyone Against Trafficking, #HandsOffHumans, on August 15, 2015 at Downriver Wayne County Community College from 2 to 3:30 p.m.
There you go.
And that gives you a general idea. We're going to first go to our guest, Emily Unger, right?
Yeah.
And she is the person that is in charge of this big project. She has 80 hours to complete in order to get her big award, and that is from the Girl Scouts. And next to her is Patty Markecki, who we were laughing before because many moons ago, she and I were connected not only at work, but you had the Brownies then. You took care of the other Scouts along the way. Back in 1987, you guys were on the show talking about the Girl Scouts and their anniversary, which was about 75 years then. And you're going to say something that it's going up to 100-year next year.
Yes, 2016.
So, how about that? Hey, Patty, maybe you can explain to the viewers exactly what is the award that she is working for. I never knew they had, we always used to hear about the boys and the Eagles, but we never knew, well, there weren't too many Girl Scouts that came up that long time and worked for it.
Okay. The award that Emily is earning is a gold award. It's the highest award that a Girl Scout can earn, a senior or an ambassador, which is what they are called in the high school years, that can earn as a Girl Scout. Actually, I'm going to show this. It's been around since 1916. It was first called the Golden Eaglet, and then the Golden Eagle, and then it went to the Golden Eaglet, and then the first class badge, and then the curved bar, which a lot of people know the curved bar. They've heard of that. You know, it was from 1940 to 1980, so they were more familiar in their time frame. And from 1980 to present, it's been the Gold Award.
Okay.
And the key word is they earn it. So they have to put all their time into it. They have to put 80 hours in. The process for earning the Gold Award is they choose an issue, so they investigate. They have to do research, and they have to go on the internet and find out all about the project before they want to do it. So that's their investigation after they have chosen what they want to do. And then they get help. They build a team. They have to have a team. They have an advisor, which is different than me. I'm her mentor. So she comes to me if there's stumbling blocks or whatever, and we talk through processes about filling out her forms. But her advisor is Chrissy Hempel, who works with human trafficking.
Okay.
And Emily will talk more about her. And then they create a plan. So she decides how she's going to do her project, what her steps are, what her plan will be to make it work and to get in the hours that she needs and to reach the community, have it sustainable, make it measurable. So there's a lot of work that she has to put into it to make sure that she has completed all of what is required of her. And then she presents it. She does all that, and then she presents it to a committee. And then we give her feedback as to, if she needs to enhance certain things, or everything's good as it is, or should she add this, or so it's all positive feedback. And then she proceeds. And then after she proceeds and starts the process she's in right now, she's already been told to go ahead and work on her project and keep going. And now she's taking action. We call that taking action now. She's actually doing her work. And Emily will explain all of that as well. And then the educate and inspire people, and that's her PSAs, and that's going on Facebook, and all the educational materials that she's going to bring to the things she's doing in the community and everywhere she goes. That's the whole process of earning the Gold Award. So there's a lot of steps involved, and to get the 80 hours. But Emily,
So that could take, what, half a year to a
it
year?
could, yes. And before they do that, they have to earn badges along the way too. So it just doesn't, you just don't come in and do the Gold Award. She has to earn what we call a journey, which is take action projects in there and earning badges in there. And she earned the Silver Award, which is what cadet, the highest, you did not. If they earn the Silver Award, they get only have to do one journey. That's right, you didn't. She had to do two because, to give her more background on how to do it is basically what the journeys do. They help them get started and what the processes are of doing the small projects along the way.
Okay. Getting to you now, you had mentioned that you started out way back when you were in the second grade.
Yeah.
And you come all the way up here. What made you actually stay? I mean, did you have good mentors? Did you have great leaders that kept you interested?
Oh yeah, my mom started like as my leader, and so she like built the foundation for like me enjoying Girl Scouts. We did crafts, we did badges, we did all the things that as a Girl Scout you love to experience, camp. And then as I grew older, I switched to a different leader, and we still did the fun stuff, the crafts and the camp. And reaching out and doing the badges has always been like one of my favorite parts. We did like multiple badges where we like reached out in the community and helped them, and like I always like to help people. Like it's just who I am, what I like to do. So I definitely had a lot of leaders, and then my current leader, Michelle Cochran, she's the best. She's the most wonderful person in this world, and so she has helped me definitely for sure to do this process and other badges and the journeys and everything that I've accomplished with Girl Scouts in the past couple years. So
Could you explain what you mean by journeys for individuals that have no idea what you're talking about?
yeah, a journey is basically a badge that you earn, and you have to do a take action project. You do a bunch of little things in between. You learn about different things, and there's different journeys for each age level. I'm an ambassador, so I had to do two senior or ambassador journeys, and so with the journeys, you'd learn about little things. We did one called So What, and so we learned about like different types of food that is like in our area and how to cook them and how to spice up your diet and how to plan parties and do different things and really get educated about nutrition and different things. And then we did a take action project where we actually like cooked a meal for like a group of people, and we did a bunch of different like learning things with the group. So that was our
It's a lot of experience along the way,
Oh,
really.
yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So now you're at this point, and what made you decide on this topic?
Well, I started working on a Gold Award in November. And obviously, I was a senior in high school this year, so I graduated this year. I just recently graduated. And that's your last year to do the Gold Award.
Okay.
I'd always like heard about the Gold Award and like how girls have done it and like the experience they've gotten from it, and I'm like, that's a cool thing to do. Like I wanted to do it. But like when I started in November, I had school and sports and everything like that. And I started one like about nutrition and educating the community about nutrition, but it didn't like set neat to my heart. Like it really didn't connect with me, and I didn't have the passion for it. And so then, and not until end of April, May, my Girl Scout leader was talking to Patty. They're good friends, and she was Patty is friends with Chrissy, who's my human trafficking mentor, and so she was like talking about how she wanted to do a Gold Award or like help with a Gold Award for human trafficking, and Michelle came to me because Patty came to Michelle, and Michelle came to me and said, okay, this is your last chance. Like, you have to do this by September 30th in order to get it done and earn your Gold Award. And I said, okay, let me do a little bit of research. Let me, find out. And I'd always been one of those girls that, like, I'm a girl, I can do anything guys can do. So I've always been one of those girls. And so I was like, okay, I can do it. And then like finding out like about human trafficking, like women in human trafficking, men in human trafficking, children in human trafficking, like they don't get a say. And so I kind of just wanted to give them like a voice.
Okay.
And so that's what like drives me to like do this project is like a lot of people don't know about human trafficking. I just had a conversation earlier today and I had a woman say, human trafficking happens? It happens in our community? And I said, yeah, all the time. And so I just wanted to like let the community know like this is a real issue. It's the third largest crime in the world. And so that's like my passion behind it, is to give them a voice and to let people know.
How can we help out as a community, or as, say, parents or grandparents or a neighbor? What do you look for?
You can look for loss of appetite, people that don't look their normal selves, people who are out at strange hours, and definitely like the biggest thing the community can do is talk about it. Human trafficking articles are all over the internet. It happens all over the globe. So like just Google search human trafficking and a million articles will come up, and just read about it and talk about it and get the word out that as a community we've had enough. We don't want like this to happen. And so that's the biggest thing that the community can do is talk about it. Chrissy has this wonderful program. It's called the 3 Aware Challenge. And so you take it and basically you commit to telling 2 other people every day about human trafficking. And so you know about it, and then 2 other people know about it, and then those people will talk about it to more people, and it'll spread, and then eventually human trafficking can be washed off our hands and we can never have to deal with it again.
But it's like a prayer, a dream, because
Yes.
nothing really gets, I mean, just like cancer and everything else, it's still there, but you can sort of help heal a little bit.
Yeah.
Would you like to define, you mentioned on your PSA about it can be sex or it can be having somebody do work. What exactly are you concentrating on, or all your...
For my project, I'm covering all aspects of human trafficking. Chrissy's group specifically works like to save children and women. So I have like focused with children and stuff like that, but I'm covering every part of human trafficking. It's not okay to have people who are forced into labor for little or no money. It's not okay to have people who are forced to have sex for little or no money. It's not okay for any part of human trafficking. Any version, any way you twist it, it's not okay. So I'm covering like all of the different types of human trafficking.
Okay. One thing I happen to mention is, like you said, you start talking to one person, all of a sudden somebody, which we normally do. We start saying, hey, did you hear? And all of a sudden somebody said, Michigan is #1. Whether it's true or not, but that person had a background knowing details with some people down at the police force and so on and so forth. And then she said, yeah, you're close to the Ambassador Bridge, you're close to Canada, you're close to, like you said, all the different highways somebody can get on. Do you find, how are they actually getting some of these people? Are they maybe friends of family members, or how do they get these people attached and they have no say-so?
Traffickers find people, like their ideal victim is someone who has cut all ties with their family. That's the ideal victim, because no one's going to look for someone if you've cut all ties with your family. Okay. And so, like people that run away, people that are just kind of there, they don't have a job, they don't have a life. A life, yes, a life. And so that's what traffickers look for. And actually, it's really funny that you bring it up. Michigan actually is #3 in the nation. Okay. But it's #1 for cracking down. So,
Okay.
So
So we're number one someplace.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So Senator Judy Emmons, she's in our state senate. She has actually passed 21 bills to crack down on human trafficking. She's really big into like getting rid of human trafficking, and our attorney general right now is really big into it too. And there's various different groups and stuff working against human trafficking through the state of Michigan because Detroit is ranked number 2 in the country and Toledo's ranked number 1, like in cities. And because we have that access to Canada, the access to the airport, the access to highways all over, a victim can be gone in 2 hours and you can never even hear about it. And so... And that's what happens in the community. No one knows about human trafficking, so no one hears about it. And so victims are just gone. And they're forced to do whatever that trafficker wants them to do, and it's just wrong. So.
Okay. You hear sometimes where families are putting a message out on the cable or television saying, will you locate or missing so. That's at least a concerned family. But like you said, there are people that maybe just leave the house and the family figures, well, they didn't care to stay. Why should we worry about it?
Right.
And that person's then on their own for the rest of their lives, whatever happens. Now, you knew somebody who was in that circumstance, right? And I know she's not going to come on the show, but you did get a lot of information from her. Did she say like how she became one of the victims?
Basically, I don't want to go into like huge details of her story or anything.
Yeah.
But basically, she hadn't had a job and she was looking for a way to make cash. And 60% of victims are actually coerced or tricked by the promise of money, the promise of, getting a better life. But then in reality, it's not a better life.
Right.
They get little or no payment. And so that's kind of how she got looped in. She hadn't had a good steady job or anything that was concrete in her life. And so that's what happened. She got tricked into thinking this was going to be a better way, but it wasn't. It was.
So it took how long for her to get out?
I don't know the exact number of years, but I know that it was just recent that her trafficker was caught, actually. So we're actually very happy for her that the trafficker was caught. Yeah.
So you already have gotten a lot of information, a lot of details, of personal information too. And you mentioned about the politics involved in it and all this. But you're in the middle of this because you have to tell people.
Yeah.
What are you going to have at Wayne County Community College?
I am having an event. It's called Everyone Against Trafficking, #HandsOffHumans. That's the name of my campaign, #HandsOffHumans. And basically we're having my speaker, the survivor of human trafficking, and also a police officer who directly deals with human trafficking. They're both going to speak and talk about human trafficking in our community and how we can stop it and how we can prevent it. And we're also accepting donations for a health and beauty drive. So anything like deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrush to give to survivors. Chrissy Hemphill works with The Resistance. It's a human trafficking group. And so, and they take care of the survivors and stuff, anyone that they can get out. And so all the donations are going to go with them to help survivors.
Okay. So actually, this group is probably in close touch with the police, right? So the police notify them of where the possible person might be hanging out and try to get them.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Okay. Hey, Pat.
Big events is a big for human trafficking.
Oh,
like the race cars and anything that comes into town is huge, where they take the girls and they need them.
And it's a big cover-up, like any big sporting events, and then even like little places like the mall, common neighborhoods, little cities. But like the big events are cover-up. If the big crowds of people, are you going to see one disappear? And so that's like the big events that come, the auto show specifically in Detroit, Wherever the Super Bowl is usually a big one. And then like racing, like Patty said, those are big events that are cover-ups for human trafficking. And not necessarily that the group is like human trafficking, but traffickers use that as an opportunity
right.
to get.
Right. How did you get, well, you said your friend more or less talked about
She's
this
a fellow,
out
her mom's a fellow scout from us, and she was in scouting. Chrissy was in scouting when she was younger.
there. Okay. So she heard
and
about
she came
this?
to, we have a group called the Order of the Silver Trefoils, which is an adult Girl Scout group that it doesn't have girls anymore. And so she came and talked to us, and that's how we found out about it, because we were bringing soaps and that, because in the hotels they leave little cards if they want to help, if they want to talk to somebody.
Oh, really?
It's on the inside of the soap bars.
Yeah.
And somebody just did it was in the newspaper about doing the soap drives, and they put them in the hotels, and that way the girls can reach out if they're ready to. They're afraid. A lot of them are afraid.
Yeah. A lot of victims are terrified. They've cut off all ties, the traffickers, from their family. They've not only could they have threatened their families, they could have threatened their own, like the victims' lives. They could have threatened friends' lives. They take their passports, their license, their everything. They strip them down to nothing. So they're standing there, and they're basically the traffickers' property, so that they won't go away. They won't leave the group.
That's scary.
It is very scary.
That's almost like a woman who's been abused by the husband, and she knows she's got a problem, but doesn't dare leave.
Right, for fear of leaving.
It's an abuse.
It's the fear that keeps you there, yes.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Now, this one that you like to have people come to, Wayne County Community College, what date?
August 15th from 2 to 3:30 p.m.
Okay. And they don't have to put a reservation or anything?
Nope.
Just simply come down?
Just come down and enjoy the speakers, and hopefully get a little bit more educated, and hopefully we can stop this together.
Hope so. It's like, wow. Yeah. You know, when you think about that and you say, no, it doesn't happen, but you had said they even already got some from Wyandotte.
Yes. It was in March. I want to say March.
Yes.
They cracked down, and there was a couple houses in Wyandotte that they did
You don't
uncover.
expect it. You figure, oh, well, that's a neighbor and everything's okay, fine. But you often wonder. Like you said, it could be your neighbor, it could be your granddaughter that's in a position that can't get out of. Right.
Chrissy has mentioned a lot of traffickers are targeting high schools now, and they're using social media. So like Kick Messenger, Snapchat, Facebook. They're trying to get these girls and these men, these children, anyone that they can get. They're trying to get them like through high schools. And so Chrissy had said there's girls that go to high school, boys that go to high school every day, and they could be part of human trafficking, and you'd never know because they cover it up.
Well, what would they do? I mean, just making it look like they're normal every day?
Yeah.
Like a child who's abused, they just go through life. Where, like Emily said, you see the signs. There may be their appetite change, their grades go down, you know, that type of thing. But they call them, and then someone comes, picks them up, and takes them wherever they need to go. Chrissy has shared that with us. That's how they can stay in the community and still be part of human trafficking, because when they need them, they call them, and they come and get them, and then they take them to where they need it, and then they bring them back home. And for fear of being known of what happened to them, they're afraid to leave it.
Yeah.
So you never realize something like that. Hey, that's a topic that's explosive. Whoa!
It is.
When you think about it,
Yeah.
because when you had called Amy, and Amy called me and said something about human trafficking, and I'm thinking, what? Because it's not around here. But then you say, oh, yes, it is. So it's for us to observe and try to see if we can help. Like you said, you'll notify the people through this type of medium. Also at Wayne County Community College. That's August 15th, right?
Yep, August 15th from 2 to 3:30.
Okay.
No fee.
Where-
No,
It's
no
free.
fee. It's free.
No fee. Where's it going to be?
It's going to be in one of the rooms. There's going to be signs posted and everything.
Signs there.
But,
Okay, but you also have something for Wayne State, too.
Yes. I am working with one of the sororities on Wayne State's campus to do this almost exact event, just with Wayne State. And so that's going to be September 19th from
Okay.
2 to 3:30 also. And then we're also going to be collecting beauty and health collection stuff there, too.
Okay. Now, if somebody wants to donate some beauty products, where would be a good place, like in this area? City Hall, or do you have an area that can collect?
We don't necessarily have a pinpointed area, but like at the events, we're having
Okay.
different boxes for sure.
Okay. So this way, they can
yeah.
bring something and bring
Yeah.
it there.
Yeah, so deodorant, toothbrush, toothpaste, shampoo, conditioner, anything that daily life, cleaning, stuff like that. So
Okay.
Yeah.
So they have a home now for some of the survivors?
there is different, they call them safe houses, like all over the state of Michigan for survivors, yeah.
Okay. And the Wayne State you started talking about is in September.
So-
That's going to be your last one? And you're going to have over 80 hours of preparation and work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's that going to lead you, though? After all this, when you go to college, and what are you going to take?
When I go to I'm going to be I'm going to college to be a nurse. But I hope this takes me, I don't know, I hope it branches me out. I learned throughout just the beginning leading up process to this is that like how many people you meet, how many people you talk to, how many people want to help, how many people, come out and stuff like that. And so I hope it branches me out a little bit, because I thought I was outgoing before this, but this has definitely changed my vision on what's outgoing and how many people I know and how many people can help me. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations, gal.
Thank you.
And when does she get her award? Do we have a chance to go there and applaud her?
Yes, but it's a once-a-year thing, so she'll be invited back for the ceremony in May, first
Okay.
Sunday in May. Is it going to be that again? Okay, we had it in April this year, that's why I asked. 17 girls earned it last year, by the way.
Really?
Yes.
That's great.
So she'll be invited there, and then she'll be, we can let you know.
Okay.
It's a gold award ceremony, and they're honored there, and
You had mentioned there were three other girls from this area that's in the same topic. Not same topic,
but want to earn their gold award, yes.
really. How about that?
Yes.
Hey, congratulations to the Girl Scouts, because
they're really
many
working
years,
hard.
Yeah.
Many
And-
years going strong.
Okay, are you going to be a leader too?
I actually am.
You are?
Yeah. My leader right now, Michelle, she wants me to become her co-leader, and then I hope to be with the younger girls at some point too, because I've helped with the older girls and stuff, but I really do love the younger girls. So
Okay. Hey, thanks for coming on the show, and thanks, Patty.
Thank
and we
you.
we have somebody sitting in the corner there that she came just for backup, just in case we needed her. Thanks.
Ivanka Jenkins. She's our person of public
Okay.
relations.
Hey, thanks for watching and listening. We'll see you next time on Up, Down, and Around Town. Bye-bye now.